mic.
Can you hold like that?
Oh, of course.
Can you scoot just a skosh?
Yeah.
I don't have water in here.
It'll be quick.
I get scratchy.
Do you want me to use the mic too?
Two mics? Two mics. All right, you guys tell me when you're ready.
Everybody's ready.
Everybody's ready to roll.
Okay, first, talk to us about the new decision that came out from the city auditor's office today. What is your response?
I'm not surprised. You know, they got called on a conflict they should have disclosed, and they were embarrassed when we called it out publicly. So I think they're dead wrong on the law, but I'm not surprised by it. Having said all that, they called us on a foot fault. They reviewed 8 changes. After all these hours, they found one that they concluded was politically motivated at a value of $800. What a massive waste of all of our time and energy.
What do you have to say to voters who see this and think they can't trust you anymore?
I think I've been very direct. I don't think I violated the rules here. The change was one that we didn't ask for and didn't actually get made, and that's what they're calling is a political contribution. We didn't violate the rules. And unfortunately, the deputy auditor, after the auditor recused herself because of potential conflicts on campaign finance investigations while she's running, hands it off to someone with very clearly some inappropriate relationships when it comes to being the judge and jury in a decision.
So you don't see anything wrong with using taxpayer dollars to edit your Wikipedia page?
It is essential that we communicate as elected officials. And what the last study Wikipedia did, they found thousands of examples of congressional staffers amending their Wikipedia page. In fact, President Biden, when he was a US Senator, his office amended his page according to that Wikipedia. So we have an obligation to correct errors in the public, including online, including misinformation, as a part of a broad communication strategy. And we will continue to do it.
Commissioner, the auditor's office said you used the wrong pot of money to make these Wikipedia requests. Why not use campaign dollars and not city dollars for this?
We'll evaluate that. You know, I'm going to appeal the decision. I'm going to be crystal clear. I think they're dead wrong on the decision because the campaign has no way of managing what happens on the city side. But we'll evaluate that over the long haul. And for the time being, we're going to appeal. They'll go past the election, and once that's all, the dust is settled, we'll evaluate that.
So the main thing was changing you to say that you're a Democrat on Wikipedia. Why do you think that that is valuable?
I don't. We didn't request the change. It came out of discussions with the consultant. In fact, I think it already said I was a registered Democrat, and the request ended up being that I'm just a Democrat without a qualifier. Again, you got to go back and look at the history because I find it incredibly confusing. But as I understand it, my staff objected to making that change because they felt like it was a waste of money for us. I am a Democrat. I have been my entire adult life, and I'm very proud of that. So it's important if people are mischaracterizing who I am that I correct that. But that was not something we felt particularly strong about.
After all of this,
Okay, thanks, guys. That's it.
What do you want to say to voters after all of this?
Oh, we got to address homelessness and crime on the streets of Portland and revitalize our city. And that's what I intend to be entirely focused on until November 5th, and would so appreciate your vote.
To be clear, do you maintain that this is political bias in the lead up to the election?
Well, the whole process, right? We just heard today about $200,000 in independent expenditure dollars spent by special interests trying to preserve the status quo against me, and including out-of-state money, including a lot of the power brokers, including some of the groups that were behind the complaint. So I think the elections office, once the complaint was filed, had an obligation to investigate it. I think they took way too much time and resources, and they pursued it with a very clear conflict at the senior person in their office. So that's what I have more objection to. But we know people are going to spend a lot of IE money against me. We know they're going to file election complaints. We know our lawn signs are going to be stolen and defaced. This is par for the course. And we're just going to keep it focused on voters and turn our city around. Thank you, guys. Excuse me.
Thanks again.
Thank you all. Sorry for the last minute. We're supposed to action back and off to NAACP. Are any of you guys going to be at NAACP?
Somebody from Wikipedia will be there.
Okay.